Hello everyone, it is Anthony Gamer here, and today you are going to watch me playing Slendrina 2D but in person 3D. We are back playing the same game that we have played in the previous video, because I have mentioned in the end of that video that we're gonna come back to the game and try out the other mode that we haven't tried, which is the nightmare mode. So without further ado, let's get into the game and we're gonna go on to play the new experience. Alright, here it is. Let's go play, and if you want to check the game out, it will be by the creator, which I will link in the description, and also the game. Alright, now let's turn on the nightmare mode, which everything would be bloody as usual. That's what the definition of nightmare mode in every concept of horror games, which they all make everything all red, covered with bloods. Alright, for the difficulty, we're gonna set it to hard this time, because I think that we may give Slendrina a very small chance of getting her expectation, so we're gonna give her a little bit of chance. Although that Slendrina's mother's power beyond our power, you know what I mean, because we fight with our metal baton, and she uses the claws of her hands, which probably gonna cause us much damage. And we might not gonna know that she's been in the prison for so long that might be poisonous. There may be fungus on her nails that could potentially get us killed even faster. That's one of the facts that might be surprising you. After a couple of days, I have been, feeling a little better now. So yeah, it's only like those kind of experience where it only happens temporarily, so it's not gonna happens all the time. It will eventually, it's gonna end either way. We'll just wait for the game to load. So it's just normal that for a low-end PC would load the game even longer, which I am not having a doubt on it. So we have read about the story that Alexander, the guy that's going to investigate the house, look for some, a clue if there's like a, person. Right. The sensitivity has been set into very lowest, set. So we're gonna turn it on up just a bit so that we can move our screen. Well, yeah. Not only everything covered with bloods, but also the nature. Now that it's also a red fog, if I could even say if that's a fog. I don't think it's a raining clouds. That'll be a strange world to live in. Have you ever seen a raining clouds before? I absolutely had never seen that before. Maybe this is the first time. Alright, a code behind the clock. Alright, that's the thing that we haven't seen for so long. Slendrina covered with bloods, like usual. Typical nightmare mode. Cat doesn't covered with bloods, which okay. Not again with that broken neck Slendrina. What's up with that? What's up with that broken neck Slendrina? Okay. There she is. She's appearing way more often and much more aggressive. That's also the reason of playing hard mode, which makes you much challenging. You can challenge yourself to look away as much as you can while looking at this terror of the house. Personally, this is also a good reimagined on how your point of view towards this version definitely would look like this. Something would look like this in nightmare mode. It has some granny vibes now when I think about it. There you go, there's that jump scare that you haven't seen before. I think it glitched here because of the lag, and now that she's just stood there, it's a very lame jump scare. And yeah, now you can see another version of Slendrina, which you could say that there are like multiple versions that she always does in the cellar. Now that she's bringing back in the 2D version, or should I say 3D now. Slendrina 3D. Alright, she appeared at that moment, and we didn't manage to get her to see us, or we get to see her. So that's quite pointless. That door is locked. Absolutely. What about this one? Oh, great. You guys see that one of the frames? Yeah, it was very confusing. I see you, but then I saw Slendrina. That's very odd. Enough, Slendrina. I know this is hard mode, but that doesn't mean that you can always appear at any time you want. That doesn't make it hard. It just makes you annoying. But with that face of her covered with blood, makes her a little bit more intimidating. So I truly admit on how the reward of this. Right, let's not forget to pick up the key. This needs to be access to Slendrina's mother's hideout, because that door requires key and we need to get inside by using this key. Is the jump scare still here? It's still there. What the world? Alright, take off Slendrina's mother's painting. That doesn't mean that I offend her. It's just that I need to find this thing, and that's it. I'm not gonna trigger this. Maybe I would. Maybe she would look different. Let's see. Let's pull down this lever. Yeah, I mean, not so much different. There are 3 different Slendrina that we're witnessing right now, and it's not even funny at this point. It's just weird and full of confusion. I can't really explain how much varieties of Slendrinas is in this house. As if making up clones and a lot of weird kind of shenanigans. But without blabbering much, we're heading to the even lower level, and just like usual, we're gonna save Alicia in a moment. But first, let's pick up the rope, because that's what we need to make the experience even more experience. I keep saying experience. I meant to say experiment. There you go. Here's the experiment. To make it even more experience. That's what I meant. Right. The dark fog is very menacing. Again, like meteors invade the earth. Like one of the other fan games we played not so long ago. That one also has the PC version. It'll probably look a lot like this one, except that it's Unity. This is by Unreal Engine. This one's give us a key. This is the key to success, not the one with the pointless jump scare and the one with some dead head, as known as the skull, right here, ready to jump scare you. Not as scary as the first one. Again. Yeah, not as scary as the original. I have to admit, the fact that the quality of the skull makes it less scary. But this part right here, wow, that's a good remodel of the skeleton in Nightmare Mode. I truly appreciate. Right, let's solve this code. Well, it looks much more brighter than before. There you go. So far we're doing okay in Nightmare Mode and Hard Mode. Nothing so hard is really, appealing. So we should be good. Right, get that key from that torch. Thank you. Let's access to this room and get the pipe, because this is really mandatory. This is for this part. Also, is it just me, or I did not see Slendrina for a while? Like, where has she gone? Like, now that I'm in this particular side of the basement, she doesn't even approach anymore. This makes me question that something has to do with rooms. Alright, she's getting stronger. I would believe she is. Oh, it is kind of hard to make her get killed though. Ah, get out of here, Angeline. There you go. I keep spamming my right mouse button in order to get her to be killed. And that's what she would look like in Nightmare Mode 3D version. I feel like in Dennis' point of view would also be the same thing. Like, let's rescue Alicia. So here's the dialogue. Hey, are you okay? And she says, help me. And she had finally found a person. Who are you? I am Alicia. Please get me out of here. She has been trapped to this basement for so long. I hope not, because she still looks perfectly fine. Maybe she's just been captured this night, and then she's been reporting to the police about the loss of a part of the member of the family. Q to drop. Was it always? Hold on a second. Okay, where do I put this? Q to drop. Oh, just put it there. Alright, that's kind of confuses me because I did not see that you could actually drop the barrel. Not really useful though, but that's how it is. Even the whole grass are covered with bloods, but not the trees. Strange, you know. Everything has been invaded with bloods, meteors. At least the sky is now blue, not all full of red, which kind of be very terrifying. And hands popping up from the ground like a dead zombie. That's to remind you that Slendrina would always, you know, resurrect from the dead, even though we did not kill her in the game. We pretty much just abandoned the mother and then just leave out the house by breaking and destroying the boulder that prevents us from getting out from the house. And that's pretty much it. So anyway, thanks for watching this video. This is me playing Slendrina but in first person, or Slendrina 2D but first person 3D. So if you want to check this game out, I'll leave it in the description. Also leave the creator. Overall, the game is a very good reimagined, as I have mentioned from the previous video, so you should check this out. For whoever have a PC or computers or Windows, you can check this game out if you are a fan of Slendrina. And if you like old nostalgia games but in a different experience, then this should be the one that you've been looking for. And that's all for today's video. So anyway, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in another horror games. Bye bye. You can actually play without Slendrina, as I have realized that, but would that make me easier to do on expert? I think in the part where Slendrina's mother's fight scene, we're probably gonna be dead within 3 claws of shots, so that wouldn't make any difference whatsoever.